It's Katie Lee, and this is Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast, a replay of today's full show. Z103, it's Katie Lee. Woke up this morning, it was cold. It was really, really cold. Nix went outside this morning to go to the bathroom, and she was not about it. You know, and she's slowly been learning that she does like being out in the snow. She loves playing in the snow. She loves to help me shovel the walkway. But this morning she went outside and she came right back inside when I opened the door, jumped up on the couch, and went immediately back to sleep. I'm just like, girl, that's not going to happen for you today. But it was really cold this morning, so I did take her down to my mom's house, and she just chilled on the back porch. I'm just like, take her down to the brother's house when it gets a little bit warmer outside. Because, like I said, my puppy dog is very, very spoiled. There are dogs in this world that love the cold, like huskies, that are built for the cold. Nix, on the other hand, her fur isn't as thick as a usual German Shepherd. I mean, she's got her winter coat on. Trust me, it's there. She loves being in the snow, but it's definitely not as thick as I thought it was going to be. So, anyways, it's okay if she wants to be an indoor puppy, but now that it's somewhat warmer out there, I'm sure she's out playing with her best friend, Buddy. They love playing together. So, other than that, tomorrow is a big special day because it's her birthday. Yes, I know, I'm that person. I'm not really doing much for her. Okay, we might go get a treat at PetSmart. Might go get a pup cup, but that's it. But she's my favorite little animal in the world, so we're going to go at least try and make it a little special. All right, I don't have too much for us today, but starting out, Britney Spears is going to be very, very involved in her upcoming biopic. That seems definitely like a Britney thing to do. Kristen Bell called out Dax Shepard for watching the Lions-Vikings game on his phone during the Golden Globes. They're just like us. Not actually, but Dax sure seems like he is. Let's see. Justin Bieber unfollowed Scooter Braun on Instagram. And Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance is the voice of a new Dungeons & Dragons pinball game. That sounds awesome. So that's really all I have for you. There's not much to say, unless I need to mention it one more time. Zendaya and Tom Holland are engaged. In case you didn't know. Now you do. Sometimes I come across things on TikTok that I'm just like, how come nobody has thought about this before? So, you know, when you're wearing a beanie, a lot of beanies have like those little flaps. Okay, so, you know, it's folded up and around. This person had hand warmers, got the hand warmers working, and they stuck it in the flaps to keep your ears extra toasty. Why haven't we done this before? This is actually brilliant. If they actually end up banning TikTok, I don't know what I'm going to do, because this is the stuff that I go on TikTok for. Katie Lee here on Z103. My brain is already playing tricks on me for the new year. So have you ever had a dream that feels so real, but you know it's not real, but you also try to decide if it was or if it hasn't? Like the one that I had the other day was so simple, so stupid, just like literally it could have been real. I had a dream my brother was just like, hey, you have a check at mom's house. Make sure you go and get it before she accidentally throws it away. Literally, that was the dream. At least I think it was, unless my mom forgot to tell me that she really didn't have a check. See, that's what I'm talking about. I went to my mom's house and was like, you don't have a check for me, right? She's like, no, why would I have a check for you? I was like, I don't know. One of us, I definitely was highly hoping that there was a check waiting for me at mom's house. But at the same time, sometimes I have to make sure that it didn't actually happen. But those things happen all the time to me. Has anybody else had these? 208-524-1033. Like, they're stupid little dreams, but they feel so real. You know it's not real, but you also can't exactly completely decide if it wasn't or not. I don't know. My brain is just, yeah. It also happens when I go to bed super late. But now I gotta just double check with my mom, make sure there's not a check waiting for me at her house. last night, so we were feeding cows. Okay, my uncle was feeding cows, and apparently something broke in the hay feeder, and so we had to go back to like 1902 and go and chuck hay off the trailer. Thankfully, I was all suited up and ready to go, but my dad showed up at the nick of time and ended up doing it for me. I just had to make sure that the cows didn't rub up against my uncle's fancy schmancy pickup. So, yeah, thankfully, I didn't have to do it, but I really don't want that to happen again tonight because I really don't want to chuck hay. Katie Lee here on Z103, Idaho's #1 hit music channel. So I was talking to Boss Man here earlier, and we were both kind of complaining about the update that iPhone had that really messed up the Photos app. Like, you can't find anything anymore. But there's one good thing that I have actually enjoyed with that update. So when you open up your photos and you're trying to find, maybe you had to take a picture of the internet password and you can't remember where at in your photos that it was at. So all you got to do is you scroll down and there's going to be a bar that says utilities. Okay. You're going to swipe over and then it's going to have two options. Okay. Handwriting or illustration albums. You're going to go into handwriting. Sorry, I have the hiccups. You're going to go into handwriting and it's going to pull up all photos that have any type of handwriting. And you can scroll through and you'll be able to find that internet password or something. I just found an old recipe that I totally forgot that I was going to make once upon a time. So, yeah, that's probably the only cool thing that came from that new update. Other than that, I'm still mad at Apple because it needs to go back to normal, please. Okay, you're stranded on a deserted island and you get one item from your center console in your car. What you got? 208-524-1033 or go comments on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. For me, it's Alka-Seltzer, okay? I get heartburn on the island and I'm dead. I'm out, okay? I gotta have that Alka-Seltzer. That's also the only good thing that I have in there, other than lots and lots of napkins, maybe a pair of sunglasses, but yeah, no, I'm taking that Alka-Seltzer, man. Over on Facebook at Z103 Idaho, Michelle says the only thing that would be useful is chapstick. I understand that. I feel that. Jamie, wet wipes or a screwdriver? Take that screwdriver, girlfriend. Dan, my buck knife. Man, you're going to be prepared. You're going to be set. Alicia, hand sanitizer. Chantel, tanning lotion. Hey, at least you'll be on a beach. Let's see. Eric's comment. My Kool and the Gang CD. I love it. All right, so you're stranded on a deserted island and you get one item from your center console in your car. What you got? 208-524-1033 or go comments on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. I've been watching the TV series Lost, and this is where the question came from. I was just watching it the other day, and I was just amazed at how much stuff they were able to get. And then all of a sudden they find like 12 other airplanes that had crashed. And so they get more stuff and they have so many medical supplies. It's just crazy to me. So yeah, let me know. 208-524-1033 or on Facebook. I am really hoping that this is not true or else we're going to get a cranky Katie Lee. Robert Kennedy is considering banning Red Bull. I don't actually know if that's true. I just saw it on TikTok. Sometimes you just have to take things you see on TikTok with a grain of salt. But all I'm saying is that if we're banning Red Bull, you're going to get a lot of grumpy Americans because me and my coworker, we love Red Bull. We got to have our Red Bull wings, please. All right. So we're talking about love languages today, okay? If you've ever taken like a love language quiz with your partner, just, check it out. If you haven't, just because your love language is quality time doesn't mean that theirs isn't snacks. So sometimes relationships, they get a little tricky because we're out here trying to give what we want instead of what our partner actually needs. And so this week, I want you to flip the script. Okay? Ask your partner what makes them feel loved, even if it's something random like, I don't know, picking up their favorite gas station snack. Love languages have this reputation that they have to be grand gestures, big things, but they don't. Sometimes it's literally the smallest, thoughtful things that make the difference. So ask them what their love language is and make it about them. Okay? And then I bet you they'll probably make it about you too. And then everything will be okay. Z103, it's Katie Lee. So I got to give you at least one knowledgeable thing for today's show because today's been a little bit, I don't know, random and chaotic. So everybody has, not everybody, there are some people that have new resolutions this year, maybe trying to lose weight, trying to be more healthy. So these are some signs that your body's going to need more nutrients than just, exercising, okay? So here's some signs. If you got some brittle fingernails, you're low on iron. If you have your eyelids twitching, that means you need more magnesium, which I've actually heard that magnesium is good for a lot of things. And then another one, clicking in your knees means you need more calcium. And it's not just getting old. I always thought it was because every time that I kneel down, apparently I need more calcium. And then the other one, bruising easily, it's a sign you need more vitamin C. I got confused with this one earlier, and I thought it was vitamin D, and I'm just like, go sit in the sun. No, vitamin D is the sun. Vitamin C, I think that one's like oranges and everything. I'm not the brightest crayon in the crayon box, and we all know this, okay? Just, if this follows any of you, then, I don't know. Can we fix the clicking in the knees? Because that happens to me all the time. And anytime that, my nephew hears it, he's just like, you okay? And I was like, don't ask me that question. So there's a lot of other places in the country that just got snowed on like we did. And we all like to see the stories about people helping people get out of snowbanks with their cars. Well, this story is not one of them. So we got a 32-year-old guy in St. Louis. He got his car stuck in the snow while trying to get into a parking garage on Sunday. Thankfully, there was another guy in an SUV that showed up to help him get out. But they didn't go exactly the way that he was planning because the same guy who helped him get out immediately robbed him. The man who got stuck parked his car in the garage. Then the guy who helped him walked up with a gun, demanded his keys. And then, the guy gave up his car keys, ran off, called the cops. Turned out that the guy that robbed him never actually took the car, still in the garage when the cops got there. But they're still trying to track the car down, or the guy down. That's just, I don't know the point of this whole story. I really hope this doesn't happen in Idaho because I have a lot of faith in the East Idaho people here if I ever get stuck in a snowdrift. Please don't rob me. Hey, it's Katie Lee here on Z103, and I am out of here for the day, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Y'all stay safe, stay legit, be awesome. Please be safe out on the roads, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for listening to Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Katie Lee on Z103 is hosted by Katie Lee and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.